Hello and welcome to Pleasure Explosion, episode 9, our last ever single-digit episode, until we inevitably reboot with a more diverse cast. I'm Ashley Hobley, your host for this week. Joining me are the man who's most happy that Easter is over, Nicholas Pryor.
It's your boy.
the platinum paddler, Dylan Blight.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy.
Oh, we're terrible. The Kiwi fact checker, Thomas Marshall.
It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you this evening, gentlemen.
Thank you. And last but not least, the video journaling extraordinaire, the proud son of the West, the one, the only, Jack Cruzy _ Cruz. Cruzy.
Yeah, that's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Take money.
I totally fucked that up.
That's all right.
West Side.
You didn't fuck it up more than Jack just did by yelling West Side. So we're
West
good.
Side. What do you mean, fuck?
You're not Jono.
Why does he
I'm
get this
Tupac.
big wrestling intro and the rest of us just get kind of mediocre ones?
Thank you for that. Ash. That was
Because I
fucking
fucked him
epic.
over last time.
Yeah, you did. That
Oh,
made
okay.
up for it.
Oh
That was
yeah,
epic.
that
Thank
is
you.
true.
I am
is true.
fucking stiff now. That was
I'm gonna
fucking perfect.
I'm just gonna pretend that Jack's the only person here that ever sings that song. So
Fuck yeah.
I still don't know the song.
I'm jazzed. First
Yeah.
I'll fuck your bitch and the click you claim. Anyway.
West Side we were riding when it was. Oh, I can't remember the rest of it. Fuck.
You claim to be a player, but I
I
fucked your wife.
You could tell me that the two of you have made that up between you, and I would believe you.
No, I only
idea what you're
noticed.
on
Let's
about.
only notice how to say it. Hit him up. Then I'm gonna let one of my homies ride on you or something like that. And then one of the Tupac's little fucking band that no one knows the name of comes in.
Yeah, they
And then you fast forward the song, and then you're like, Tupac's back.
Yeah.
The fucked you bitch in the click.
Changes is the only Tupac that I really know.
Fuck you, you fat motherfucker.
Take money.
Take money.
No,
Take money.
that's not Changes.
No, that's Hit 'Em Up, the song we're singing by Tupac.
Changes
Changes
is a good song,
is a
believe
pretty
you.
good song. It's a very
It's a great song.
Wasn't it a
but,
posthumous song?
a what?
It was a posthumous
Posthumous.
release, I believe. Yeah.
Oh no,
Well,
don't think it
obviously
was.
he didn't record it posthumously because he was dead, but I'm pretty sure that like the mix
Is he,
that
though?
everybody sort of generally knows was put together and released after he died.
I'm double checking it as we speak. Just
I love that he
welcome to,
hated
'cause
Elton
my
John
hands are full.
in live.
it was
with
released
what?
in 1998, so yes, it was a posthumous one.
When did he die?
97, I believe. No, wait. It says recorded 92.
Yeah, like obviously
it could have been released
Obviously, it was recorded before he died. We went over that.
No, I was just saying 92 as in like, how the fuck did it take so long?
People don't know Tupac's dead. Spoilers.
Spoilers,
Well,
Ash.
I guess on that subject, what do you... in the last couple of weeks, we've had a lot of trailers drop. Specifically, Star Wars.
Let's not talk about that.
That's why I want to talk about this.
I want to talk about this because you
Thomas
don't want to talk
Marshall,
about this.
a certain Thomas Marshall has declared... Tom Marshall has declared that we're not allowed to have any talk about Star Wars.
That is not accurate.
That is 100% accurate.
That is not accurate. I'm
Jack
happy
Cruz
to talk about.
also said no Star Wars talk.
I'm happy
I
to
don't
talk
mind
about
Star Wars
all
talk.
kinds
I
of
just don't
Star
like
Wars.
Star Wars spoilers. I don't like spoilers in general.
I want to kick this off. Can I kick? Can I?
Yeah,
kick
go
this
ahead,
off?
Dylan.
Shit.
Because I have a very specific question I've been saving for this topic today. Soon as
Oh, yeah.
Ash was like, I want to do spoilers as my topic, I was like, good. Then I can finally ask Jack. I did a video a couple weeks ago about Star
Yes.
Wars.
You did.
And it's not a joke, it's kind of a joke. But I was like, I went through the new Star Wars trailer, and everything I say in that video is 90% fucking like me theorizing, right? Jack says speculation, pure speculation. You know, based on what knowledge, but I'm making it. It's not like I actually know any of this shit's gonna happen. Jack says,
or do you?
Well, I fucking wish. Imagine if I was a Lucasfilm inside. Oh shit!
And you get mind wipes after you're finished.
He says he doesn't want to watch this video. Explain. Because you're on a very deep end of spoiler craziness.
Yeah, I don't prescribe to the notion that you you had time to go and see it. Oh, if you really wanted to see it, you'd go and see it. No. I don't.
I hit him up.
Motherfucker. No, I just there's a lot of movies out there, right? There's a lot of movies. It's any rap song really. There's a lot of movies out there, right? There's a lot of media out there.
I don't believe you.
It's impossible to have seen all of it. I'd love to have seen all of it, and there's a lot of it that I haven't seen. There's great old movies that I'd love to see. Like I hear people talking about it's on, things like Netflix now makes old catalogs of movies and shit like that so much easier to get to. Where it used to be back in the day, so you had to go down to the video store, have they got the fucking DVD, or back in the day the VHS for it. Otherwise you have to wait for it to come on the fucking Sunday night movies on Channel 10 to tape it, or fucking watch it if your parents let you stay up. Like now with the internet and streaming and all that, pretty much any movie, TV show, whatever is at our fingertips. So if there's stuff that you haven't seen, where I'll give you a news flash. There's more stuff out there that you haven't seen than you've seen, unless you
no.
But so there's always shit. I'm like, yeah, I'd love to fucking go and watch that movie. That old movie on. Oh, I've seen that. We're gonna watch that. Like, if people just go, I don't think there's any. For me personally, I don't think there's any time limit on spoilers. It's just a common courtesy thing. Don't be an asshole. That's what I think the rule on spoilers is. If you want to talk about spoilers, be like, hey, has everyone seen this movie? Yep. Okay, cool. Let's talk about it. Otherwise, it's like, hey, has everyone seen this movie? No, I haven't seen it. Okay, cool. Well,
surprise,
I'm going to tell you what happens in the end. And anyway, yeah, shit like that. Like,
have you ever said that before saying, "Luke, I'm your father"?
Or as he
I've never said
says
Luke,
it,
I'm your father.
as he actually says it
I don't
in the
misquote
movie.
Star Wars, cunt. No. No. Have I? I think I've. I can't say whether that's not something I've ever thought about, so I can't say whether I've said it or not said it. But
spoilers: Darth Vader is Luke's father.
Yeah, yeah, obviously. I mean, there's things out there like that I think
aliens.
What?
Just talking about stuff that's out there. Hopefully, aliens.
You cannot confirm or deny that. You cannot. That is no evidence to suggest that there is, in fact, extraterrestrial.
No evidence to the contrary, though.
What the fuck?
Anyway.
You failed to answer my original question.
Have I ever said that before?
It was like, why are you so crazy on spoilers that my speculation video is considered spoilers to you?
Okay, so for something like that, when I'm watching a movie, I'm always thinking about what, if there's if there's clear that there's a twist or something like that, I'm always thinking about what the twist can be rather than enjoying the movie. And it's just the way my brain works. It's really fucking annoying. I'll be watching a movie, I'm like, that guy's the killer, or that guy's the bad guy, or hey, that's gonna be that. I'm always thinking about what the twist is gonna be. And
dead.
A lot of the time I end up spoiling movies for myself just because I'm thinking about what the twist could be rather than just consuming the movie and then letting the twist surprise me at the end. So even watching a theory about, hey, this is what we think might happen in this new game coming out, or this is what we might think. It's I don't want any of that because I don't want to know. I don't want to even have an idea of what might happen. I want to go in completely blind so that I can completely enjoy the experience for what it is and not have any preconceived notions of what it might be or how it might go. I want to be completely fresh for it. I want to have no exposure to it at all. And I know that's I don't know whether I'm in the minority or the majority, but there's a lot of people out there. Obviously, yourself, Dylan, you want to consume as much information about it as possible in the lead up to it.
Depends on what it is.
Yeah, but like, for Rogue One, for instance, you watched, you did a video about it. Watch this, read this book, do that, so to build yourself up for it.
But
I wouldn't say that's spoilery stuff, though.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying like the question about why do you not want to watch this thing? It's just theorizing. I don't want there to be any possibility that it could. I don't want to be watching that movie and be like, and then something happens, and be like, oh fuck, that's what Dylan said, and like I already sort of it wasn't new. It wasn't. I didn't get that twist because the twist. Someone had already, even though they didn't know that was going to be the twist, they said it was like that. That this could be what happens in the end. I'm like, no. Like I just want that to be a new, fresh experience for me. I don't want it to be. That's fair. Sullied in any way. Yeah, that's just my thinking behind it. I know I'm probably in the minority.
I know there's people. That's fine. That's what,
people like Tom.
People like Tom who doesn't want to watch any fucking Star Wars trailers. Yeah.
God bless you, Thomas Marshall. Magnificent beast.
I think that every day. God bless me. I got to the point. What was it? The last teaser or trailer that I watched for a movie I knew I was going to watch was the first.
So did you not watch any at all?
No. I'm just like, okay. From a very different perspective from Jack, I'm not that worried about spoilers and stuff, but I just don't need to see all of this footage about stuff that I know I'm going to go watch. And then scenes and... It's not as bad with like Star Wars and stuff like that, but comedies, all of the jokes...
in the trailers.
The best jokes are ruined in the trailers.
Yeah,
and so don't watch the trailers if you know you're going to go see it. It's like, okay, if... new movie comes out with...
But how do you know you're going to see it if you don't see the trailer?
Because it's sort of like a... do I like the actors and stuff? Am I going to go see this film? Yes. Okay, I don't need to see the trailer. Is it a Marvel movie? Yes. Okay, I don't need to go see the trailer.
I got my counterpoint for comedies. You're like, Dumb and Dumber 2 trailer. Trailer, 100 times better than the actual fucking movie. Had all the best jokes. You got them within 2 minutes. You didn't get the waste of the movie. What was it? Zoolander 2?
Yeah, I didn't go see that, though.
Zoolander 2, all the best jokes are in the trailer, but it wasn't a shit trailer, and the trailer was fun, and then the movie was fucking terrible. So that's a time where I'm like, I wish I could have just have watched the trailer and not the actual movies, yeah. Because they were terrible.
Yeah, that's a fair point, but...
Did you deduce, though, that the movie was terrible from the trailer?
No. They tricked me every time. Suckers.
Yeah, so either way, you're going to be fucked.
Yeah, I'm fucked everywhere. My thing on the
I don't think you're fucked anyway.
Is I won't watch, like... oh, my God. For something like Star Wars or, like... Yeah, we'll just go with Star Wars since that's the go-to default example at the moment. I'll watch all the trailers. I won't watch any of the TV spots or anything like that. Because they put out like 30 fucking TV spots. I'm pretty sure if you watch them all, you've seen the whole movie.
Oh, like you mean for like different regions and all sorts of stuff?
Yeah, like just like the 30-second ones, the 15-second ones. It's just like when The Force Awakens was coming out, one of my friends was like, "Oh, there was a cool part where they're like in the snow with Han today," and I was like, "What?" And it's like he's like, "Haven't you seen the latest trailer?" I'm like, "There's no new." I was like, "Fuck off! That's not spoilers." He's like, "Haven't you seen today's new trailer?" I'm like, "There's no new trailer." He's like, "Oh yeah, it was like 30 seconds." I'm like, "It's a fucking TV spot. I'm not watching that shit." I just watch the actual trailers. That's fine. I'll watch the trailers. I don't need to watch these TV spots. That's where my personal line is as far as trailers go. And the thing Jack said about like the books and the Star Wars and something, Star Wars for me, because it's like such a, I think part of the fun of Star Wars is like, for me is actually watching the trailers and then trying to speculate and dissect it. And that's like part of it. That's not even like it's not like an added on thing. That's just like, that's just part of it. That's normal. Like, and you go into the Reddit for like Star Wars and every other crazy person is doing the exact same thing. Like they're freeze framing it and zooming in and being like, oh, you see this person, and the fucking, this person's Snoke, this person's Snoke, this person's Snoke. Fuck off!
You kind of made a good point in there when you said every other crazy person is doing it.
Star Wars fans are crazy.
True that.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
What about you, Nick? Where do you stand on trailers and spoilers and that sort of
Trailers I'm fine with. I'm kind of on the personal belief that you should never spoil anything for anyone, but then if a media is that old, you kind of have to... It's your responsibility to avoid it, not other people's responsibility to not spoil it for you.
Word.
In a way.
If we're going to go down this path, I want to... So we'll go this way. A lot of
Yeah,
people...
we'll head this way.
You see
I'd rather go that way.
Oh, for fuck's sake. You see a lot of people online whenever people talk about this on stuff and other podcasts, they're always like, what's the guideline? It's like, well, for a TV show, it's this many weeks. For a movie, it's this many months after it's released on Blu-ray. I don't think there's any, like, set in stone guideline,
I think it's indefinite.
Funny you should mention that. I happen to have a Vulture article up where they list their spoiler etiquette.
Yep, read it out.
It's like I'm prepared.
Okay.
For narrative TV shows, they'll list unmarked spoilers, which I guess is like they'll mark, say,
Days of Our
spoilers in the
Lives.
text, not in the headline, the day after the show runs in its normal time slot.
What? So they list the
So-
spoilers in the...
In the article, not in like the headline.
A day... Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because,
And then
because
3 days after the show, they'll put it in the headline if they have to.
No.
Why would they have to?
No.
I'd like they've got an interview with somebody
They
who
need
might
clicks
have
because they're fucking
passed away in a
pieces of
show.
Shit.
That too.
I disagree. Can we vote on each one?
Go ahead.
Can we give them
disagree.
No,
points out
not
of
this
10?
again. Not this again.
No, no, absolutely not.
You should have had the biggest troll face on my while I was saying that.
I'll
See, this is
secretly
the
keep
thing that,
score.
like, this is the thing that, like, do you know the trophy etiquette guideline is? Don't spoil the trophy. What the fuck? I got my head
It's
in
almost
a
like
fucking-
you're on another show.
We did
I
just
know,
record
right?
Platinum Explosion, available Tuesdays every week. Posted by
Yeah.
myself.
Plat.
As far as I'm concerned, the rule for trophy etiquette is don't be a cunt. Fucking trophy etiquette, spoiler etiquette. Trophy etiquette also, don't be a cunt. Actually, do you know what? The general rule for life, seriously, the etiquette for life. This is a general rule goes
If
for every
you want to
single
be
person in
friends
the
with
world.
Yes, Jack.
Jack.
Say it. Say it.
Don't be a cunt.
Yeah, there we go.
Is
Seriously.
being a cunt confusing another black man for Eddie Murphy?
I swear to God, it fucking
Platinum
look like him,
Explosion,
alright?
available Tuesdays.
I swear to
No,
God.
I don't think
don't-
we even recorded that, did we?
Yes.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
part
we
of
did.
it.
It's in the show.
Oh, good.
Honestly, I swear to God, there's other people out there that think that that's Eddie Murphy. I seriously thought that's like an old photo of
We're
Eddie
not
Murphy
talking about
from
this
like...
again. You can't just drag it back to
Hey
a
Jack,
different show.
hey Jack, spoilers, it's not Eddie Murphy.
Oh, know that now.
Spoilers
know
for
that
Platinum
before.
Explosion.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You and the rest of the fucking
Yeah, so
listeners.
this thing it just annoys me. Like, it's like, oh, you had 3.5 months. It's now ticked over 92 days. I can start fucking spoiling shit for you. By the way, this person died in this show. It's just like why does it have to be like a time limit?
Yeah.
Why can't people just not be an asshole and be like, it doesn't take a lot for a simple, hey, have you seen this movie? No? Okay, cool. I won't talk to you about it then. Go and watch it and then we can fucking talk about it. Or it's like,
Yeah.
Don't be a fucking cunt. Like, it's not that hard.
I have a very good example for this.
I agree
Yeah.
with that, but if there's two people talking about it and you overhear it,
Yeah, but
Yeah, what
that's
can
like,
you do
yeah,
about that?
that's what I mean. But like, it's a common, we're talking about etiquette. And like etiquette, like we want to talk about common courtesy. It's like, just ask a fucking question. If you're going to talk about like something pertinent to, like, be like, hey, like, don't. So an example would be like, everyone here's seen Game of Thrones.
Dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun,
Yes.
dun, dun, dun,
Up to the
dun.
current season is what you're
Okay, cool. So everyone,
Sean Bean dies.
That was going to be my example.
Bruce Willis is dead. It was
spoilers,
1996.
spoilers for season 1 of Game of Thrones. If you haven't seen it, I'm sorry. Dylan just fucking spoiled what I was going to talk about. But
You had 6 years.
this is what I mean. It's like,
I said
hey,
that as a pure example
all right,
because I believe saying Sean Bean
I only
dies
started
at this
watching
point
Game
is
of
fine.
Thrones. I only started watching Game of Thrones last year, right?
Too
That's
bad.
your own
I
fault.
I specifically avoid. Yeah, but no, this is the thing. I avoided all spoilers for. I knew
How did you do that?
just by avoiding spoilers. Like, it's not like you can do it.
You
and
see a
avoiding
spoiler,
cunts.
you turn
I
away.
have a strict no cunts in my life policy.
Well,
I guess
you
it just
fucked up
depends on
really
what
hard.
corner of the internet you're on.
No, seriously, I knew that Ned Stark died. That's the only thing. Like, I had no idea about it. So, imagine if the Red Wedding was spoiled for you. Imagine if those things were spoiled for you. But do you know what I mean? But, like, people would. People were like, oh, you've had fucking 6 years to see that fucking happen in, like, season fucking 3. It's like...
It's not the amount of years that's passed for the Sean Bean thing. I'm just like, that is the very first season of the most popular show on TV that is now up to season 7. That was going to be
my
someone chucks. I put Sean Bean dies as a Luke.
But that's like a.
Vader
to be
thing.
fair, Sean Bean dies in
Sean Bean
everything.
dies in everything though, so it's like.
True. This is
that's
true.
that's a fact.
But it's like walking.
That is
like,
also
if,
a massive spoiler.
So, but that's the thing. Like, if someone walked up to me, like, someone I work with or whatever, like, I know I just started watching Game of Thrones last year. I caught up the whole thing to be ready for the new season, and I watched it, and it was great. Someone walked up to me, I'm like halfway through season 1, I just started, like, hey, you watch Game of Thrones? I'm like, oh yeah, I just. Hey, how fucked up is it when fucking Ned Stark dies? And I'm like, yeah, cheers, cunt. I haven't fucking seen it yet, but thanks for that. It's like, oh, it happened 5 years ago. I was like, how hard is it to just walk up and be like, hey, man, you like Game of Thrones? You watching Game of Thrones? I'm like, yeah. He's like, where are you up to? I'm halfway through season 1. I'm like, oh, cool. You know, talk to me when you finished it. Or like, it doesn't take much to just ask the question.
I think we're all in agreement that if you are talking to somebody in real life, that you should ask before you spoil something.
Yeah, but like,
is anybody against that here?
Maybe a little bit. Like, there's an element of if you're talking to somebody, don't go out of your way to mention something that's spoilery off the bat. You don't have to explicitly say, how far through are you, or what part of you, or have you seen a bit where something crazy happens, but you can have a conversation and figure out where they're at or whether you can talk about something. I think it would be painful just to be like, oh, did you watch Game of Thrones? Yes.
But
which episode?
I just say,
are you
how
up to?
far are
It's
you
like,
into it?
shit. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like, all right, say you watch Game of Thrones every week, right? Fucking new episode comes out, whatever night it's out. You know,
Sunday.
You're at a fucking dinner. Jono's at church. He can't fucking go to see Game of Thrones. He tapes it. He's got it recorded.
He doesn't watch it.
Oh, that's right. He doesn't like incest.
As though everybody that watches Game of
one
Thrones
thing.
does like incest.
Tasmania, the show.
Tasmania, the show. All right, not Jono. Generic white dude who goes to church on Sundays.
Jono.
Doesn't. In an alternate universe where Jono watches Game of Thrones, he goes to fucking church on a Sunday. He doesn't get a chance to watch it. He records it with the intent to watch it Monday night. Whatever. Fuck. He tapes it with the intent to watch it Monday night. He goes to work Monday morning. Fucking Joe Bloggs comes up to him at the water cooler and goes, hey, fucking how fucked up was that in Game of Thrones last night when fucking, Joe Bloggs fucking died? It's like, dude, I fucking hadn't seen it yet. Like, how hard is it to be like, hey, man, did you watch Game of Thrones last night? No, I haven't watched it. I've got it recorded. Don't say anything. Oh, cool, fuck, yeah, sorry, I'll talk to you about it tomorrow. That's what I mean.
How
How
often
often
the
does
same
that-
dude died in Game of Thrones and was at the water cooler.
Oh man.
How often does that really happen in your day-to-day life? Because in most of my interactions, people will go, have you seen this? How far are you into it?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. It doesn't happen a lot, but that's my point, is that I think there's like
I think it's more of a problem on social media now.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And that's what I mean.
Where I was
like,
more
I'm
leaning,
using real life examples of like, even like it can
Social
the same
media is
thing.
real life.
Real life examples of conversations that might happen on
interacting face to
Twitter.
face.
In alternate universes.
So like, even on social media, like, it doesn't take much to put, hey, spoilers for fucking whatever thing, in the comments, put what your thing is. It doesn't take much to do that.
At the same time, if you're sensitive about spoilers of something that that happened, like, that Game of Thrones happened on Sunday night in America, and you're not going to get to watch it until Tuesday night, then don't check your fucking Twitter. It's not that hard. Don't.
Oh yeah.
You're not allowed to check your Twitter and have something spoiled as you're scrolling down the feed, and then get shitty about somebody that posted it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that to an extent. No, I agree with that to an extent. Like, I do the same thing. Like, sometimes if I go out, God forbid my family drags me away from when the doggies are playing, I'll be like
When you're going away in June, isn't it?
Yeah, I missed 2 games actually, but that's different. I'm talking like, all right.
So if I tweet you the scores,
I'll be watching the scores live anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But like if I so a couple of years ago, Mother's Day, we went out for lunch with the family. I turned my phone off. I made sure I'm like to everyone, I'm like, I don't want to know the scores. I'm going to go home and watch the replay. Like, I'll avoid that. I turned my phone off, so I couldn't look at social media. I couldn't look at the scores. No one could text me because my friends are cunt. Like, I used to be friends with cunts. I still am friends with some cunts, and they would like, no.
He's talking about you, Dylan.
Some would do it intentionally, but like people would text me like, "Oh fuck that! How was that goal?" Like, "Oh man, doggies are getting smashed, ha ha," whatever. Like, because we were shit at that point in time. So like, I would, in preparation for that, turn my phone off so as to avoid the possibility of someone just texting me to be like, "Hey, great game. Sorry, the doggies didn't win," or "Fuck, I can't believe they smashed them by so much," because I wanted to go home and experience it for myself fresh.
I have a question. If this scenario is happening. And
Yes.
do you go home and watch the replay twice, or do you only watch the replay after you've seen a game live?
So my rule with replays is, in that situation when I'm avoiding it, like I'll go home and watch the replay. If we win, I may watch it again later in the week. If we lose, I generally won't watch the replay.
Yeah, you're a nut job.
I generally don't watch the replays if we lose, unless it's like a really, really good game and it's like close and something incredible happens. But
Jack,
Nicholas,
in that situation where you can't watch the game live, do you let people know that you're not watching it live?
yeah, absolutely. So like,
Okay.
that specific like day when we went out for Mother's Day, I remember like my girlfriend's, my brother-in-law and my girlfriend's stepdad were like giving me shit. They're like looking at their phones, going, oh, look at the score, like talking to each other because they know that I'm like, don't tell me the score, I don't want to know. And they're like fucking around me, like, oh, fucking look at this, like just trying to be funny. And I'm like, can you guys just not? Like, I don't want to know. Like, why would you do it? Last year, when me and Sal went out for a friend's birthday or something, and same thing, I was like, I'm going to go home and watch the replay. And like, Sal's dad was watching William for us that night, and I'm like, okay. I'm like, yeah, I'm recording it. I don't want to know the scores and that. And he was like, I don't know whether he thought I was joking, but he kept like texting me and being like, I'm like to Sal, I'm like, why is your dad doing this? I don't want to know what's going on. He's like,
he secretly hates you.
Yeah, maybe. I did break his coffee machine the first day I met him, so.
You did also knock his daughter up, so.
Oh!
Yeah, I did.
And you haven't married
Virtual high five. And I haven't married her. That's right. That bastard child.
We'll play this back when he's older.
I love you.
When the Force Awakens was coming out, I moved all my social media apps 3 days prior into a folder and titled it "Do Not Fucking Look at It," and just stuck it off to the corner of my iPhone and never opened Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, nothing for like 3 days until I saw the movie.
How did you go 3 days?
It was very hard, but I like Star Wars. I
you
like
of all
Star
people,
Wars.
I thought you would have been there opening night.
No, this is opening night. I was there opening night. I was there at midnight. But
So 3 days before.
yeah, because
Okay.
critics and other like such media, just popular people got invited to see it, and I'm like, well, you never know what could slip out. So a few days prior, I knew that there was already a screening happening for people, and I'm like, right, well, now it's now people have seen it. Spoilers might start leaking. I don't want to fucking have something spoiled, so I'm just not going to even risk it, and
Yeah,
I'll just get rid of all my social media apps, and I was off.
I did the exact same thing leading up to The Force Awakens. No, it wasn't 3 days, but I think like the last couple of days. Even like, I remember the day of, I'm like, tonight I'm going to see Star Wars, and I was like in a customer's cafe, and they had like the TV on, and I looked up and it was like, the morning show or whatever, and there was like on the red carpet of Star Wars. I'm like, look away. Like, I don't want to know anything. I don't even want to know who fucking guests they had. I'm like, nope.
It's so funny though, because I was like, I wonder how hard it would be to get spoiled. I went down to Hobart to watch it, and
Why?
because they just for a trip, make it something special, something fun. Anyway, I go back to my hotel room at like 3 a.m. after the midnight screening or whatever the fuck the time was. I turn on my phone finally. I'm like, finally can see what's happening. A million notifications happening left, right, and center. And then I look at some random news story. It was like, look at these cufflinks that what the fuck is who's the Sean Green? Is that it? Seth Green, sorry.
Seth Green.
Seth Green. It was like, look at these cufflinks that Seth Green wore on the red carpet Star Wars, and it was a news story, and I look in the comments, and the first comment, the huge spoiler from Force Awakens, like the big thing. It's like, such and such, blah, blah, blah. I was like, wow. Okay. I was like, it's 3 a.m. and someone's already just spamming spoilers wherever. These people are cunts. Like, they're the worst people.
100%.
I fucking hate,
I was in
a
Call of Duty Facebook group, because at the time I'd been playing Call of Duty.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. Do you love Call of Duty?
It was the worst group I've ever been in. Dumpster fire, Colin's last stand included. Worst Facebook group I've ever been in.
Throw it under the bus.
No shit. Worst group I've ever been in. And like, same thing. Like, I went on like that night I got home and I was just flicking through Facebook and someone had posted like the image of that spoiler, and I'm like, what the fuck? Like, this hasn't even got anything to do with Star Wars. Like, this is completely unrelated. And some dude's just like, ha ha ha, fucking fuck you guys, Star Wars spoiler. And I'm like, I hope you get gonorrhea.
People get a kick out of it. I don't know what it is. Related to that, just like going out of your way to spoil things. I remember years and years and years ago when the Harry Potter book came out, the one where a huge important character that's a teacher dies. People
Quirrell.
It's I mean, I was gonna say it, but I'll because I'm like, that's one of those things.
I'll say it.
It's when that book came out, the details got leaked online early or something like that. And these people, these fucking Jew jock bros or whatever that wouldn't even fucking read the book and probably didn't give a shits, they were like driving past bookstores where all these Harry Potter fans were lined up to pick up the book and just yelling out, Dumbledore dies! And all these people there waiting to read the book are just like, the fuck? Like, that's your night. That's what you're going to do with your spare time?
It should be a crime.
You're going to do that? Oh, it's fucking...
It should be a crime, I agree.
It's a crime against humanity, but not against. There's no actual law, I don't think.
It's a crime against nerds.
That's why I said it should be.
There should
crime
be a
against
law.
Nerd.
Yeah, I don't.
To go back to the thing about like when you was giving your example about like the dude at the water cooler or something like that. I think rules for spoilers in general life are different to like if you're listening to this, you're obviously deepened in like some kind of pop culture world, and we're all deepened in this pop culture world where we listen and breathe and listen to a lot of stuff and watch a lot of videos,
read a lot of news and stuff,
read a lot of news and all that sort of stuff. I think
don't.
Word cunt.
I think the rules for this us are a little bit different to your normal average Joe. Like the time period before it's okay for it to be a spoiler, or not okay to be a spoiler, but like there's a point for us where it's like
to be spoiled. You mean?
Yeah, it's like, well, I'm going to be spoiled because I'm going to listen to a podcast and they're like 6 months after the latest, like 6 months after Batman v Superman's out, every person's making Martha jokes.
Spoilers,
like,
it's shit.
You know what I mean? Like, not that, but like just as example, like 6 months after a big nerdy movie comes out, if you're listening to a nerdy podcast or
not even
something
6
like
months,
that.
the Martha memes came out pretty quick.
Yeah,
so
I haven't seen that movie yet still, so...
But you know the meme.
You know the meme.
I know that. Yeah, I know. Like that's the thing. Like that plot point obviously has been spoiled for me. So like I don't
know if it was. Well, I'm pretty rotten already.
I'm pretty sure. Like I know what it is. I don't know for sure because I've seen the meme enough times to be like I'm pretty sure I know what it means.
Do you want me to tell you?
I'd rather.
But
so when are you going to watch
without
Batman
turning the
vs Superman?
podcast into a fucking hate on BVS, which no one in their life has ever done, and I'm sure there's a million podcasts out there where no one's ever hated on that movie.
Let's be the first.
The example was that. That's what I mean. Like you're deep in this to a stage where you're just going to have stuff spoiled, and you kind of have to accept that as part of it. Like living in this world as it is, like. You're just going to have stuff accidentally spoiled for you. Worse than if you're just average Joe on the street. Like, I don't know how. Like, my fucking parents will go, and my brother or whoever will just go fucking ages about having stuff spoiled. And I'm like, how the fuck did you not have that spoiled for you? And they're like, huh? I'm like, well, I just
not on the internet.
Yeah, they're just not in the same world.
Circles.
Like, they're not... It's weird. It's, like, crazy to me.
So, the question I want to ask is, when was the last time you were spoiled, or what was the worst time you were spoiled?
Oh, Claire spoils me every day. She's fantastic.
Shout out to Claire.
Shout out to Claire.
I
I think she still listens.
I'll go if no one's.
Yeah,
Yep.
go.
The last one, I wrote this down. I did make notes for this episode. When Man of Steel came
Spoilers, I didn't.
out. When Man of Steel came out, Mark Millar, the comic book writer, if anyone knows who that is, the writer of Kick-Ass, he spoiled Man of Steel for me on Twitter because
What is there to spoil in
What a
that film?
cunt.
he spoiled
Clark
that
Kent is Superman.
a character dies in that film at the end, and he spoiled that person died. And his reasoning, I saw someone like tweet back to him and was like, "What the fuck, man? I haven't seen this movie yet." And that's exactly what I was thinking. And his response was, anyone who cares about this movie's already seen it yet. And then I tweeted to him and said, this movie isn't even out in Australia yet. And
What did he say?
I never got a reply. But like, I was like, oh, what the fuck? Like, it was out like 2 weeks earlier in the UK or something, like maybe a week or 2 weeks earlier in the UK or some shit. And I was going to see it in like a day or two. And then he just like tweets out, he's like, it's been a week, it's fine. Anyone who cares and follows me's seen it by now. And I'm like, well, I literally cannot have. Like, I literally
You can if you
had
had
no
to,
way.
Could have torrented it.
We don't promote torrenting on this podcast.
We don't, but we promote
I'm not against it.
grinding your gears.
We do.
Last couple of times I was spoiled, specifically like spoiled on a couple of things. Two things. Mitch Dyer, if you don't know Mitch Dyer, used to work at IGN.
Mitchy D.
And
Works
He
at
works at
Motive
EA
Studios.
EA now, working on the
Working
new Star
on
Wars
Battlefront
game.
2.
Yeah.
Listen to Platinum
spoilers.
Explosion.
He
We
spoiled
talked about
Gravity for
Battlefront.
me.
He
Gravity
spoiled
on
what?
Twitter.
Spoil for you?
He spoiled Gravity, the movie Gravity.
Spoilers. Her
So,
spacecraft breaks
has,
away.
has everyone seen Gravity in this?
No, but I don't care.
I
Okay.
haven't, and I also
Why are
don't
you
care.
asking us when this is like?
Well, because I don't want to be a cunt.
Yeah, but haven't
Olivia,
we-
but
All
my
these people
word.
are going to listen.
sometimes
I'm
I swear
gonna
you
give
forget-
their
sometimes I swear-
listeners.
ton of
I'm going to
time
give the
notes.
listeners an opportunity to mute.
Come back in 4 hours when you watch Gravity.
Anyway,
Double
he
tap of the
tweeted-
head
He
once,
tweeted something like spoilers
Who
for
did?
Gravity.
Oh, Mitch.
Listen away for like 15 seconds. Mitch Dyer tweeted, "Oh, you know, my mum was so shattered when George Clooney died in Gravity." I'm like, motherfucker! Motherfucker! I haven't seen that shit yet. Like, what the hell? And that was disappointing. And even more so disappointing, I watched the movie later on down the track, and he was the best part of that movie. Sandra Bullock fucking sucked in that movie, and I'm a Sandra Bullock fan. She fucking sucked, and she ruined that fucking movie. Don't go see that movie because she fucking ruined it.
See that movie.
Well, we
great
also
movie.
know how it ends.
Love that
now,
movie.
So.
I don't know if it'll stand up anymore, but it was a cinema experience.
Yeah,
Was that a
I think
pun?
it's one
Was that a pun?
that you have to see in there.
Oh, not intentional one.
Okay. Anyway, and the other
Like a
the other
zero
time,
G pun, or
no, I think it was like
Yeah,
she
I
couldn't stand up at the
don't
end.
get the
Anyway,
pun.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Doesn't
right.
matter.
Gravity was holding it down. Some would say.
Anyway, no, that's not it. Anyway,
I'd say that.
shut up, Ken. So the other time I was
C-bombs
spoiled
left and right.
back in the day. Yeah, FYI, I'm purposely saying the word cunt a lot because Jono's not on this podcast this week, and I know he's not going to listen to it. I hope he does. I hope you do, Jono. But I know you won't.
Love you, Jono.
Love you, Jono.
Follow him on Twitter at Jono himself.
It's your boy. Other time I was spoiled specifically back in the day listening to Podcast Beyond. Everyone here's played the infamous franchise, Infamous 1 and 2, yes?
I've been spoiled already on this podcast.
Everyone's okay with Infamous 2 spoilers, yes?
Ashley wasn't.
It's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
Okay. Greg
I
and
haven't
Colin.
played it, but I know it.
So, and this is one of those ones where I'm like, not like that people use the excuse you've had time to play it, and then and like that thing, and I'm like, no, can't, because they're like, they're like, oh, you know, cold, so and so dies at the end, and they're like, oh, spoilers after they said it, or you know, oh, you've had time to play it. They were only talking about it because they just released an Infamous collection. I'm like, the people listening to your podcast right now that are going to go, well, had been planning, and I was one of them, go and buy that collection to play both games because they didn't play them originally when they came out. You just fucking ruined it for them.
To be fair, I'll come in as the the opposite. If that stops you from playing the game, I mean...
No, it didn't, but it was still...
No, but I mean, for someone, if that was a thing, if he was like, fuck, I'm amped to play this collection, these games look great. Oh, I know the ending of the first game. Fuck it, I'm not playing them no more. It's like, you shouldn't.
But like, it's still like... It sullied the experience for me.
Dude, it wasn't an Uncharted experience.
I was about to say Sully dies in Uncharted 4. He doesn't.
He doesn't. But no, it did. It was like the game, like it was Infamous 2 that they spoiled, and I'm playing through the game, and I'm like, this is great. I know how it ends, which kind of sucks. Like, it was a good experience, but the fact that I knew how it was going to end, like, sucked balls. So it made me very sad.
Has anyone... I've got an example of when I've spoiled something for someone by accident.
Go for it.
I was just thinking about times I had been spoiled of something, and I think that... actually, funny story. I don't think I had seen The Sixth Sense when I heard that spoiler, which is maybe why I'm so...
I've never watched The Sixth Sense. I know that spoiler.
Yeah, Bruce Willis is dead at the end.
Thank you.
What?
Well, no, actually, he's not dead at the end. He's dead the whole time.
He's dead the whole movie. Yeah.
He's dead the whole film.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the whole point, because Haley Joel Osment can see dead people.
He sees dead people, yeah. It's crazy.
I was doing the whispering, but that's alright. So, strangely considered it like a bit of a spoiler, and there was a bit of uproar about it when it happened, but Sam Claiborne on GameScoop mentioned where Horizon Zero Dawn was set. People got a bit uppity about that, and I had heard from a bunch of people that it was quite significant where it was set, as in where in Earth and stuff. And I was a little bit upset that I heard about where it was set, and then there was no real like payoff in the game that made you want to not know where it was set, which I think
that's
weird.
A good example of something
Most
where
spoilers, I think.
People have like something spoiled for them, and they think it's a huge spoiler, and then they get upset. But if they knew it wasn't actually that big of a deal, they wouldn't have been so upset. Like, totally. Looking back now, you're like, well, it's not that big of a deal. And I never got it spoiled for me, but if I did, and I looked back, I'd be the same as you, because once I found out what it was, I was like, why is everyone so upset? Like, what's the big deal?
So
that's outrage culture for you.
Just on that, I had a funny story about when someone fake spoiled something for me. And I thought
that was a funny story.
Who was that?
It was no, not you, not that story. This is a different story to that.
Because I've got.
This was around the time Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain 4, 5. Phantom Pain was coming out. And I was like, I made a post, trying to make a funny, jovial post in a Podcast Beyond Facebook group. There was a meme. It was like, the Taken meme. It's like, if I'll find you and I'll kill you. And it was basically, if you spoil Metal Gear Solid 5 for me, I will find you and I will kill you. And some guy posted in a thing, and this isn't a spoiler because this didn't actually happen, but he's like, oh, at the end of the game, you get to play as David Hayter's Snake for like you get to be like, young Solid Snake. I was like, what the fuck, you cunt?
If
like,
only that
what
was
the hell?
case.
Like, yeah, I know. Anyway, so like I blocked him, whatever. He got booted out of the group apparently for for spoiling it, because this was like the day it came out. I was like, don't spoil it. I'm like, I've taken the day off work to play this. So I played through this entire game.
So you got kicked from the group for a fake spoiler?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Hey, at the same time, like, for you to go out of your way in social media and request that people don't spoil something, like,
yeah, I know,
in
bad
my
move, right?
opinion,
You're asking for it.
You were asking for it, and you should have had it spoiled.
I was just trying to make it funny. No, I was trying to be funny. Like, I was trying to be like, haha, like, everyone's in the same boat. We're all going to play this game, make a funny joke, rah rah. This cunt's like, oh, this happens. Anyway, so but this is the thing, like, even though it wasn't a spoiler, like, I'm playing through this game already with a sense that it's been ruined for me. No shit, like, I'm playing through. I'm playing through. I'm like, this is great, but I already know that this is going to happen at the end. When I get to the end, like, I'm waiting for it to happen. It never came. I'm like,
and then you're disappointed,
motherfucker. I'm like, it didn't even. But like, so I've had this like downer feeling all the way through this game, knowing
what's the saying? It's the journey, not the.
It's still like it was.
You seem very focused on the finish for a lot of things you play. Like, you're like, if the ending's ruined, then the whole thing's ending.
Yeah.
Aha! It's the payoff. Like, it's the payoff, right? Like, it is like you take the journey to get the payoff at the end. And the journey was great, but there was still, like, especially for something like Metal Gear, specifically for something like Metal Gear, where the story is supposed to be this real fucking amazing thing. Didn't turn out to be so fantastic in the game in the end, but, you know, it was still... Yeah, it was disappointing. The whole thing was... Yeah, anyway, we can go down that rabbit hole, but...
I missed 2 good segue opportunities there.
Sorry.
No.
So, Nick, what are your thoughts?
I think
I won't talk
I'm my
about
own. I think I'm my own worst enemy when it comes to spoilers, because I'll be reading a book and I'll go, "Oh, who's this?" and I'll Google it and I'll read up on all the backstory because I can't wait to find out in the book for some reason.
Okay, that's
and then
weird.
end up spoiling it for myself.
Quick interjection on the book thing. Does anyone know, or I always read the last sentence for some reason of books.
No.
What?
No.
I used to do that. I used to go and read
Yeah.
the last page of the book. I don't know
Yeah,
why, but
I don't know
used to
why I
that.
do it. Like,
that isn't an uncommon thing from my research.
Yeah, that's what
What?
I know. I used to think I was really weird. Then I found out like people do it for some reason. I'm like, okay, guys,
Why?
let's be in this together then, shall we? As weirdos. Anyway,
What research did you
But
do
you
on
are the
that?
weirdo
Sorry.
in this group.
True, but I don't know, accept the title with glory and grace. Bowels emoji.
But yeah,
Did you say bowels emoji?
I said bowels emoji.
Bowels.
Bowels, like I bow.
Like bow.
Oh, wow.
Like your bowel.
Bow.
You said
like
Like
a bow.
you- like you relieved
where
your
shit
bowel.
comes out of.
Like your bowels. Like you had a bowel movement.
No.
Your bowels.
That's what,
Wing movement.
that's what everybody heard.
Look, I speak perfect, proper English. I don't need.
You speak Taswegian.
Yeah.
It's that second
yeah,
head.
but I can't honestly remember the last time something was spoiled badly for myself. Even like with the sports, I always
'cause
have the
you're a-
intention of, if I can't watch it live, I'll watch it later. But I can't help myself and look at the score, and then I just can't watch the replay knowing the score.
Is sports a spoiler?
Yeah, you
Yes.
can have spoilers for sports.
Yeah,
all the time.
sports, news, and live events, I think, are fair game.
Yeah.
Look, I'm not saying
I
people
think
shouldn't
with-
say
yeah,
it.
I think with sports
but-
and live... Sorry, go on, Nick. I'm being rude.
Yeah, sorry.
So what I think is...
don't
and I-
think. What the fuck?
Bloody
No, you go. Sorry.
No, I don't
No,
think
but, like,
people
no.
should not. I don't think people should stop talking about it, but it's on you to not, look for it.
Yeah. No, I'm
I
with you
think
on
live tweeting stuff is such a huge thing now. Like,
that. Oh, for
Yeah,
sure. Yeah.
award
I'm not
shows
saying
and
people shouldn't do it, but it's
sports
on
events.
you to not look at it.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, and that's the thing. Like I was saying before about, I turn my phone off, I avoid it for that. If
Yeah.
I'm, same thing happens with fights and things like UFC fights and that. It's like, part of that is being, especially live sport, is being in the conversation of that. It's like, oh, that was a shit umpiring decision. Oh, so and so got knocked the fuck out. Oh, this someone, what a great goal. Like you're posting on social media about that, like as it's going. So. I think for live events, yes, absolutely, it's your responsibility to avoid that. Stay off social media. I think for the other stuff, it's a bit different. But yes, I agree with you on that one, Ash and Nicholas. I approve of your statement.
Counterpoint: when Game of Thrones is being aired live and everyone's live tweeting and interacting with each other, how does that work then?
I think you need to stay off social media.
Yeah.
It's as simple as
Agreed.
that.
So it's on you again.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Like your Twitter, your Twitter is what you want to be there. So I mean,
Yeah.
unfollow people who live tweet Twitter, or don't click on the fucking hashtag that's about like the Game of Thrones hashtag. Like if you're having spoilers show up, it should be because of you. Like it's kind of because of you. So I mean, whatever. Not my fault. At that said, I would never I don't live tweet. I wouldn't tweet out spoilers for shows and stuff as I'm watching them, because I'm like, I want people to follow me,
Plus, you're always watching stuff later, so...
And to slide into your
Most of the time.
DMs.
Yeah, I want people to slide into my DMs. If some girl sees my fucking Twitter and they see a Game of Thrones spoiler on there, that's just a major fucking turn off. Ned Stark lost his head. Ooh, who's this guy? Oh my god. I just remember. What was I going? I was going to say my spoiler. So, last year I spoiled that Dobby died for someone.
What?
Dobby
And
dies.
I was like,
This is the thing. I haven't seen it.
I just said it as a joke for something because it was one of those things where I'm like, one of
he
the
die?
biggest franchises in history. This movie came out like 5-6 years ago at this point, I think.
It was actually a
And-
book before that too.
And it was a book before that too. But I mean, even the movie's like 5-6 years old. I'm like, oh, I haven't watched that. I'm like, man, if you haven't seen that by now, I'm sorry, but like one of the too bad. That
You
was one of
can't
those
be
ones where
helped.
I was like, too bad. Sorry, I didn't mean to spoil that. It just slipped out. I was making a joke, but I didn't feel bad. I was just like, whatever. I wasn't trying to be mean, but it was just, I was making the joke, slipped out, Dobby dies. Everyone knows that now. If you haven't watched Harry Potter at this point, I mean, you're never going to watch Harry Potter until they remake it in like 20
unless
years.
you're like 12 or something, but then why are you listening to this podcast?
And if you're 12 and you're listening to this, good cunts.
Yeah, fucking good cunt.
And
Good
at
for
the
you.
same
Go
time,
smack your
definitely
mum.
don't ever say cunt in front of your parents.
Do it. And
Do
get
it
your
behind
mum
the back.
and get your
Do
mum
it
to
and say-
slide into
do
Dylan's
it and-
DMs.
Do it and say tweet at, was it Cruzy
Jono
underscore
himself.
mate?
Cruzy
No,
underscore
yeah, Jono-
Cruz.
yeah,
Jono
Jono- Jono. If you're 12 and you say cunt to your parents, tell your mum to tweet at Jono himself and say, you little fucking piece of shit. How dare you tell my son to say these dirty words?
No, just how dare you? Just leave it at how
How
dare you.
dare you,
How
son?
dare you?
Everyone tweet at Jono himself and say, how dare you. Just nothing else, just how dare you. All of our listeners, please. Call to arms.
Oh, we're sorry, Jono.
No, we're not.
A little
I'm
bit.
not.
Tiny bit.
That's just you, I think.
Yeah, probably.
I can't remember if
So-
I had...
On the back of that, what are some other spoilers do you think that are free reign? Like, obviously, Luke, no, I am your father is spoiled for everybody. What else do you think
Good
is out there
save.
that's-
Good save.
Yeah, thank you.
Memes ruin that. By the way, I googled after that slip of the tongue. I like googled to find out why I said that because I'm like, is it because of the memes? And I found this article that was literally like,
Don't
why
put the blame
Star
on other
Wars
people.
That was like why Star Wars memes have ruined your understanding of The Empire Strikes Back. And there was this whole article someone wrote about why everyone these days says Luke, I am your father. It's because the fucking memes online all say it, and it's like embedded in everyone's brain now for some reason. I'm like,
Tangent about Star Wars.
At the
It
same
blew my mind to find out that C-3PO has a silver leg.
Did it really?
Yeah.
spoilers.
spoilers.
Do we
That's
know
not a
why?
spoiler.
That's a 1 out of 10 for mind blown.
What's the score, Tom?
Well, Nick's winning with one.
I don't know. There's certain things. I don't know. It's usually like there's a few horror movie things, I suppose. Like, Friday the 13th. That Jason's mum's the killer
Yep.
is like pretty known knowledge. Like if you're into horror movies at all, and someone says that's just like that's.
I have got
just-
absolutely no idea what that means.
Well, in the
No,
first Friday the 13th movie,
Are you planning on
Jason
going
isn't
and
the
watching
killer.
Friday? No, it doesn't matter now.
No, I'm not going to watch that.
No.
I think at this point the whole Sixth Sense one is
Yeah,
Very
that is just
hot.
Yeah, I think
Just
that
fair
one.
game.
Well, yeah. So this is the thing.
Here's
like,
a
even
rule.
that.
Here's a rule. If Family Guy made a joke, it's fair game.
or The Simpsons, yeah.
Yeah.
Or The Simpsons, it's fair game.
See,
Soylent Green.
This is the thing. I still don't even think like there's people out there that might not have seen The Sixth Sense. It's like
Too bad.
not too bad. Like let them see it. Like you don't have.
They can still watch it. It still exists.
Yeah, I know, but then it's spoiled. For
it is
them.
part of general culture now.
spoiled. Go
People
watch
say
it.
it in
It's still a good
conversation, and
I think that takes a lot away from it.
Yeah, sure.
I don't understand your line of reasoning, Jack, because you're the person who goes back and rewatches the football game you just saw.
Yeah.
What's that got to do with anything?
You know exactly what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Doesn't
but
it
I
ruin
sit
the
on-
experience if you know?
I sit on no, it enhances it for me because But that's the thing.
Well,
When I-
let's tell you everything that spoilers about
So
Star
we should
Wars
just
when we
not
see it
rewatch
first.
anything ever again because it's already spoiled for us.
But no, that's completely fucking different because I've watched.
Because some spoilers enhance the
No, 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 no.
experience,
No.
and other spoilers just ruin it.
Dickhead.
Because that's just a fact.
No one spoiled the live game that I was at for me, right? No one spoiled that.
Yeah.
I was there watching it live, so I got to experience it. I go home, watch the replay, and experience it again. That's
I can't wait to
nothing
get a time machine.
Nothing to fucking
Yeah, I was about
do.
to say.
Yeah, wait. It's got nothing to do. Like, it's not like if I'm not at the okay, that would be a spoiler. If I'm at the game, future Nick rocks up with his fucking cool sunglasses and his jacket that dries on its own and his lace-up automatic shoes, and he comes and he's like, "Hey, Jack, this is the score at the end." It's a Back to the Future reference.
You'd say, "Get out of here, you druggy fuck."
But if he came, in a world where I believe time travel is a thing, he comes up to me, he's like, "Haha, I'm here to spoil the end of this game for you. This is what happens." I'd be like, "Fuck."
That does sound like me.
What a dastardly old man.
I would be disappointed, but that's not going to happen
How do you know?
Why?
because time travel's not real. If it's real, future
You
me.
just said in a world where you believe in time
Yeah, I
travel.
know, but I'm saying that's not going to happen. If it did, yes, okay, that would be fair. And then he would ruin it for me. And
So what do? Just leave the stadium at that stage?
no, I'd probably go down to the bookie and put a bet on.
So really, he's helped you?
Do you still watch the
possibly.
replay?
I would give you a
I'd
fake
still watch the
spoiler then.
replay. Yeah, I'd still watch the replay. I don't know. I don't know where this is going, but yes. No, I don't like spoilers in any way, shape, or form. I don't care whether it's fucking Luke is your father or fucking Bruce Willis fucked the little boy at the end of the movie.
That's not what.
What movie are you talking about?
Hey.
I have not seen that one.
Spoilers.
I think Bruce Willis is going to come after us for slander.
Oh shit! Not Bruce Willis's character. Oh fuck! I just took that into a bad place.
I think here's my.
Everyone tweet Bruce
Absolutely
Willis.
no good reason as well.
I think you're on the very, like, if you're going to go from doesn't give any fucks about spoilers to the opposite end, which is like I'm very, very strict about spoilers.
I'm on the
you're
fucking
sitting.
other end, yeah.
You're a very down that end.
Fucking
like,
oath I
you're
am. Fucking oath I
very
am.
down
Because
that end.
I have common courtesy, and
I don't think that's.
and
Do you also have a stutter?
I'm still recovering from that stroke I had earlier. I'm not a cunt a lot of the time.
I don't think that.
Some of the time. Some of the time.
No. I'm on the other end. Yeah, absolutely. All joking aside, I'm on the other end. I would never, I would always just ask the question first, or
Act first, ask questions later.
Or I would expect that whoever I'm talking to would ask the question of me first, just to be.
Okay, so here's my next question. When we do a PlayStation podcast now, it's called Platinum Explosion. It comes out on Tuesdays.
Spoilers!
It's great. You should go listen to it. When The Last of Us 2 comes out, and or a new trailer drops finally, or something like that, and we're talking about The Last of Us 2, can you be on the podcast? Because we're going to talk about spoilers from 1. That's inevitable. There's no rules on that.
I'm happy to talk about things.
Well, have you played one?
Yeah, I've played one. Yeah, so I'm happy to talk
so you'd be
about.
happy to.
Yeah, I'm happy to talk about something that's already I've already experienced, and I'm happy. But I would be putting a preface before whatever segment to say, "Hey, anyone who's listening, spoilers for Last of Us. Tune out for the next half an hour. This is going to be a spoiler-heavy talk about The Last of Us."
No. I
Just no. No.
Yes, counterpoint. Yes,
I don't think you go that far. You might say, "Hey, we're going to talk about The Last of Us if you haven't played it."
I think I'd make a very quick note of it. I wouldn't even give that big of a. I'd just be like,
I would make it known. I would
think
it's fair to that's common courtesy for our listeners. It's like, all right, coming up, we're going to talk about The Last of Us 1. If you haven't played The Last of Us 1, probably tune out for the next 15-20 minutes.
the whole episode.
Just say
Whatever.
spoilers
Yeah.
for Last of Us 1.
Don't listen to this episode until you've played Last of Us 1. Go and play Last of Us 1, come back and fucking...
Spoilers for Last of Us 1, Ellie can't swim.
Spoilers.
Actually, I'll
Joel
tell you
is
what,
Ellie's uncle.
I'll tell you the very most recent time someone spoiled something for me. I just found out earlier this podcast that Dobby dies. There you go. So I didn't know.
Have you
that-
seriously
You have not seen
I've seen
Harry Potter.
3 of the Harry Potter movies.
Jack.
Well, this turned into a really good podcast.
You seem to not be able to see a lot of stuff that you care about spoiled.
Yeah, there's a lot of
That's
stuff. I
what
haven't
children
seen.
do
That's
to
what I
you.
said at the start of the fucking. No, it's got nothing to do with children. I've had plenty of time to watch there. I'm not. This is I intended on
Do you know
watching.
who Dobby is?
Yeah, I know he's a little fucking gnome thing. The
He's
ward.
a house elf.
He's a house elf. He's not a gnome.
He's Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy, Ian.
Oh yeah, he's actually the one. He was in the first one I saw. I've seen like 3 of the Harry Potter movies.
He's not in the first one.
The first one that I saw. The first one that I saw.
Just let him dig his hole.
I've no intention of going and watching the Harry Potter movies because I tried to start watching through them and I was so bored by the end of one. I was like, oh, I'm not going to be able to do all of this. This is too long. It's too much. Anyway,
so you've got no interest, but you want to have the option to watch it unspoiled.
No, but I'm telling you that thing was spoiled for me. I'm just letting you know that.
How can it be spoiled if you don't care?
But it's spoiled.
It's not spoiled.
But it's
not spoiler.
But it is spoiler.
All right. At the same time, if you tell me the score of the Western Bulldogs game that I give 0 fucks about, that's a spoiler.
This is technically a spoiler.
No, it's not.
So what's the definition of spoiler then?
It's not spoiled for you if you don't care about it.
Okay.
Yeah, fair enough.
That makes sense.
You know, it's just in the name.
If I don't give a fuck about it, yeah, that's I get what you're saying.
Like, who wins on The Bachelor? You wouldn't care. So if I told you,
my definition of spoiler is
who did win?
Yeah,
I don't know.
The dude wins.
The dude always wins.
The dude always wins. Yeah. Okay. No, I get your point there. That it's not.
That's good.
Because it's, I guess, what's the definition of spoiler? I guess
Yeah.
Okay. I see where you're coming from with that. I still disagree. Because what if there's like a zombie apocalypse and I'm like down in my bunker and all I've got access to is a DVD store and I've got all the time in the world to catch up on every single bit of media that I've got access to, and I'm like, I'll get to the Harry Potter series. I'm like, fuck that one time I recorded a podcast and they spoiled Dumbledore and the Dumbledore died. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
You're like, the world's ending. I may be the last man on Earth, but fuck, I'm pissed off at that fucking dickhead Dylan. That's
the world is ending. I suppose it's now time to watch Harry Potter, not even read it.
What even made it worse is he's like, I've got access to all the movies on the world, and he's like, well, I suppose I'll watch Harry Potter. I hate the fucking movies, but I've got access to all of them in the world. Every movie ever made, I'll watch one that I hate.
Maybe I've got enough time now that the zombies are outside that I'll give it a chance. I'll give it another chance. Enough people like it. There must be something I'm missing.
So what you're saying is that you're stranded in Dylan's bedroom.
I was stranded what?
In Dylan's bedroom
with all the media in the world.
No, my
That's where you sing out the zombie
fantasy that I have is that this is a fantasy I used to have.
That you're just in Dylan's room in general.
Just me, Dylan. I'm the chick from American Beauty on the bed with the rose petals, except it's just Dylan's Blu-ray collection.
Spoilers!
It's just Dylan's Blu-rays. I'm on the bed and they're just falling from the ceiling on me. Like, Dylan. I'm in the bathtub.
Spoiled something. That movie has been spoiled. I can't think about it anymore.
A fantasy I used to have was that I would, like, zombie apocalypse, I'm like holed up in like a fortified building and it's like I Am Legend or whatever, and like I can go out during the day or whatever and go to the video store and like just grab a different video or a different game or something and go back and play. And I've got all the time in the world. Everyone else is dead. I've got all the time in the world just to follow.
You're still mortal.
Can I pause and just say
until I die.
Fantasize about everyone being dead?
Yeah,
the fuck?
Who doesn't?
Yeah, who doesn't?
Like, of all the fantasies.
I used to think about that all the time. Like, how good would it be if just everybody else was gone and I just had...
You're fucked up.
You should watch Last Man on Earth.
What are you,
Kim Jong-un? You should watch Last Man on Earth. That's a fantastic
Spoilers,
show.
There's women in that show too.
Oh!
Spoilers, he's not the last man on Earth, but it's a great show.
Yeah, I love it.
No, I guess moral of the story is I'm a bitch with spoilers, and I don't like
You could have stopped after bitch.
Take us home, Ash. Take us home.
All right. Fuck. So, Jack, where can people send you spoilers?
They can send me spoilers. Well, I'm fucking your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Take money. I don't know. You can find me fucking somewhere. I said it.
No one knows.
Go and listen to one of my other podcasts and you'll find out where I am.
That is not how this works.
You can find me at Viva La Dill TV, at Putting in the Work, and your mum's house. Catch you later.
Well, somebody just spoiled the end of my show. And in my episode. Dylan, where can people find you on the internet?
You can find me on Twitter at Viva La Dill, which is VIVALADIL, and go to youtube.com/Viva La Dill to watch my videos. Thank you.
What about you, Tom?
You can find me anywhere and everywhere. TomDaBomb89. TomDabom 89.
And Nick.
You can find me on Twitter at Lord N.Prior, Prior.
Cool. And you can follow me on Twitter at Ashley Hobley, ASHLEY, HOBLEY. You can follow the show on Twitter at Explosion Pod. You can follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/explosionpod. You can go to our website, pleasureexplosion.com, where you can find all our shows, even ones that haven't been made yet. You can email us at pleasureexplosionmail@gmail.com. Leave the comment. Leave the subject. Fucking Tom. You can put the leave the subject as pleasure. I guess that's what we're going with, right?
Email.
That'll work.
Can you please also email jono.peck@gmail.com with the subject line pleasure?
I think that's where we're going to leave it. So thanks very much for listening.
Hit them up, you fat motherfuckers.
Hit them up.
Take
West
money,
Side.
Take money. Take money.
It's your
I
boy.
asked for you to.
Take money.
I asked for people to follow me on Twitter, but spoiler alert, I do very little on Twitter. So
West Side.
only when I can get away with it. I don't sit here and play all the time. I promise.
Bullshit. I can't imagine you do. You still haven't got that fucking Godseekers plat yet.
Shots fired. Shots fired.
You haven't been playing it for how many months now?
Well, since RTX.